And there we go. So block, part 4, block of the month, Stars in the Garden. Our first block is this heart block. Very simple. So with this block, we are using turquoise 2 and red 2. It's very simple. I think I finished all 4 blocks in a half an hour. So if you want something quick and easy, just to be able to say I got 4 done, this is the one for you, okay? And very nice stitching on there. It does that little triple stitch around the edges. Very pretty. And I love this turquoise color. Block number 2 is much more stitch intensive, I would say. I do have one change on it that I did, and I will show you why. So this is block number 2. You'll be making 4 of these as well. The background is green 2. The flowers are red 3. The green leaf is green 6. Okay. One change that I made was the first step on this. And I think I wrote this on all of your sheets. I was very nice this time. Is I changed that step to color 232. Okay. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it on this block, but under this line, you can really see the red thread. If you don't change it, you'll see that red thread under there, because this stitching is lighter. It's not a true wider satin stitch. So I could see that red very boldly under there. It still will have some red on there, but it's not as noticeable if you don't change it. I changed it after I did this first one, and I was much happier. The other thing that people said that they would like to change that I did not change on this block is the thread that's in the center of the flower. If you would like to change this color to like this, a yellow or something, so it's more noticeable, it blends in a lot on that. And they said they might like it a little noticeable. I said, it's your quilt. These are the opportunities where you get to change it up to make it your own, truly, right? So if you want to change that detail in the flower, that would be step number 4. If you want that to be a different color, okay? All righty. And block number 3. And this one's from Garden Walk. The second block was from Garden Walk, and the first block was the first time we've used Home Sweet Home. That heart was from Home Sweet Home. Okay. This is from Garden Walk. This is my favorite block. Is this Dresden plate. The turquoise is turquoise 1. The pattern calls for you to use red 1 and red 2. I used red 2 and red 3. I changed this one is red 3, and I changed to that because red 2 and red 1 are so similar. They're very, very similar. And I wanted it to have some distinction in that. So if you look at your red 1 and red 2, you'll see they're almost identical. The only difference is this one has this bigger piece in it. But the colors are almost exactly the same and everything. So I made that change. You could also change it to a totally different color if you wanted. So this is kind of another little opportunity to make a change if you want as well. I actually did it by accident. And I loved it. So, and everybody else did too. So, and look at that very cool candle wick stitch in there, right in the center. That's very cool. And then that center piece is green 1. This little green center is green 1. Okay. Now our sewn block is a super simple one today. Looks like this. You cut these into strips. And then it's just, it whipped together super fast. So that's a really easy one. And that is pink 1. And the pattern called for, I made a twitch, green 2 and turquoise 2. And I took this opportunity to put black in there. And I used the black that had the smaller print on it. So I think you got the black, Renee, the blacks. And so there's 2 blacks that you could choose from. One has the small print and one has a little bit larger print. I liked this small one in there because this print was bigger. And obviously you could switch these to have the blacks on the outside and the turquoise on the inside, or choose something totally different, or go with what they suggest and use green 2. Green 2 is this one. This is green 2. And when I put this turquoise and this green 2 together, I wasn't loving it. You know, I wasn't loving it. And I was like, you know what? This is my quilt. This is mine. This isn't the shop's. This is mine. I was like, now's my opportunity to make a little change. And so I did. And since, you know, these are not the exact same colors as the artist chose for her big quilt, you know, our colors might not, you know, jive super well together at any point. And if ever they are jarring to you, switch them. But the one thing I would say, if you do choose to switch them, is look at the photo on our website, on our Facebook group of the entire quilt. Okay, so if you're changing and throwing some blacks in there, make sure that the blacks you're throwing in there are not all in one corner. You know, you want them, if you throw a black in, you want a little black spread around a little bit to make it look like a whole piece, you know. That would be my suggestion when you do make changes. So I have to actually think about that as I'm going forward, because I have not put black in yet. So this is my first time that I have put black in. So I'm going to have to look at, okay, where can I add black again? Because I have to at least have it 3 times, right? If when you're thinking design, it's always those odd numbers. You want a 1, a 3, a 5. So I would think I would want at least 2 more spots in that quilt where I have black in it. I think that is pretty much all I have. Does anybody have any questions? This is a very quick one. I think when we did it in class, it only took a half an hour to go through it. So now if you want to unmute and have any kind of questions, please do so. And this will be recorded. It's recorded, so it'll be up on our YouTube if you missed anything to write down. Any of the changes I made. I didn't have any issues cutting anything out with my Cricut. I had no problems. So if you're using a Cricut cutter, you're fine. On the Dresden plate, when you do 1, So if you're not using a cutting machine, it does all of this one first. So you have plenty of room in between to trim. So no problem if you're not using a cutting machine, you have lots of room to trim. So
How kosher is it, Connie, to if you don't like a block, to find another block to use in that place?
So I'm assuming, Karen, my heart-hating friend, that you would like to replace your heart.
You know that. Did I tell you that?
You do, and I do remember people when they tell me things. So I don't know that you could just randomly pull a block, because I'm gonna look at our picture of our quilt. I think I have it in the back of my book.
Hi, everybody.
Go to look. Hi, Sally.
Hello.
You just decided to join us anyway, even though you were here yesterday?
I did.
It's just lonely for you. I want to talk to you. So here's our thing. So these hearts, here, and if we look on this photo, are right here, here.
And they almost kind of go into the quilts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And up here, two are up here somewhere right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're almost like blender ones. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. All
They're
right.
not- our color is not as blendy.
Yeah.
Right. Well, actually, it's not bad. It's not bad. I was thinking it was the bright green. If it was that bright green. So this is going to blend right into your quilt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think you'll find it quite as offensive.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we all have that picture?
This picture is of her quilt. This is on my binder. But this picture is also on our website, on our Facebook group. So if you go to our Facebook group and it's the header picture, if you click on it, you can look at it and zoom into it anytime you want. Okay. I thought I had a picture in my binder, but I do not.
I'm with you. I really want to pull in some blacks too, a black too.
Yes. So
somewhere.
did you see where I put my black, Karen?
No, I'm sorry. My realtor called.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
On the sewn block. So you could put the blacks here and the turquoise here too. You could switch that up. I chose to do this way with the turquoises.
Yeah.
But totally up to you.
Yeah.
However you want to pull it in.
Yeah.
I did want to add them and I hadn't so far. I know some of my folks have already added some blacks in,
Yeah.
but I hadn't. I was following all the rules and such. I know it's scary when I do that. I worry about me when I do stuff like that.
When you follow the rules,
Yeah, because I'm usually the cowboy and I usually am right. I'm on the bucking horse. Anything else I can help you ladies with? Look at Sally. She's already working on hers. She's already doing her heart. I can see it.
the hearts are all done. They were so simple.
They go super fast. Like I said, I
Very
think I got them done in like a half an hour.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 minutes a block or something. It's
Yeah.
not, yeah. Yeah.
So if you need something to really inspire you and get you going again, Renee, that's the block, okay? Block. It's just super fast and you feel like you have success.
And
I
that
think
Cricut
that's
maker
important.
cut it out so much better than the Explorer.
That's what I found too.
Yeah.
The Maker 3 does work really well. And I get no kickbacks from Cricut. I think they should give me a kickback, but there you go.
They should.
They should.
And I sprayed all my blocks, misted them with water like you suggested yesterday and re-ironed them all this morning. That made a big difference.
Doesn't it though? So
Yeah.
this was a new tip for you guys, okay? That I gave them yesterday and I forgot about that. So Sally, so thank you for joining us. What I did is I flipped these blocks upside down like I normally tell you to do, right? But I was still having a little puckering around my edges. I was like, I don't know what to do to get rid of that. And because I would get it right in the tips of these flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
So what I did was I flipped it over like we normally do with our ironing mat and everything underneath of there, right? So then I took my mister bottle just with water and I sprayed the block. Barely wet. So not drenched. You don't want it pooling on there or anything like that. Okay. And then I ironed it.
With no steam in the iron.
No steam in the iron, just ironed it. And I pressed it pretty good. I was like a little violent with it. And I pressed it and no puckers, none, zero, zilch. Look at around every corner of that. Look at this one. This one would definitely have puckers and nothing. And what that does, what I think it does, is it reactivates all the Terrio magic and all the best press that we have put on it. And we use it to our advantage. And it presses that down and I have a nice firm block. I mean, it feels firm again. Because you know how sometimes after we're done and we've been manipulating it and stuff, they don't feel as firm anymore. But yeah, it's back to, because we picked all that paper out and all that. Yeah, so I mean, that is like super flat.
Yeah, it definitely made it. It definitely made a difference.
And these are kind of the things I've been learning as we go, you know, and I think that's about what this journey is for me, is I'm learning as I go, and then I'm able to like give that to you. So. Anything else? I think I lost Mary. She went bye-bye. I think that's all I have. So thank you guys for joining me today. Can't wait for next month. I got all done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work on some more blocks.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Those
go.
other ones take way longer. They were more time intensive. It took me like 2 days
To do which ones?
to do these ones because they were like 40 minutes. It was like 40 minutes a block.
And
So I
on
could
that block,
sit and do them all day.
on that block, the stitching that's in the flowers, because it matches the material so much, I'm gonna try a different, like a gold or something a little bit different to make it stand, to
Absolutely.
make it stand out.
Yeah.
See how
And
it works.
post a picture, please.
Yeah,
Okay, Sally, post a picture. I'd like to everybody to see how the difference a little contrast on there makes.
yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, we're out. You guys have a great day.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.